Hi, I'm Steve Matthes. Welcome to Transworld Motocross How-Tos presented by Bike Bandit. As we all know, your brakes are very, very important. They enable you to stop your motorcycle, so they're key. What many of you probably don't realize is that you do need to change your brake fluid every now and then and basically replenish the system. The stock brake fluid isn't always the best, so what we're going to do this week with the help of Maxima and Motion Pro is change your brake fluid. All right, for this tip, we're going to use a Cowie 250F, and what you want to do is, with your front master cylinder, make it as level as you can for filling up purposes. I'm going to use a Motion Pro brake bleeder, and let me tell you, folks, you can make this yourself with using your fuel line or whatever, but for $19.50, this will make your life a whole lot easier. It's got a one-way check valve in it, and none of this fiddling around and chucking air back into your system. So I highly recommend this. We're also going to use Maxima Racing brake fluid for this tip. So what you'll need is a Phillips screwdriver to remove the screws. And on older bikes, this is going to be stuck a little bit. So just wiggle it with your hands, pull it up, make sure try not to spill any, and try to keep that diaphragm cap on the master cylinder cap. Find the bleeder screw on your front caliper or your rear caliper. What I've done is, it helps to have a catch can of some sort. You can use almost anything. I've just used an old soda bottle with some tape. And what you basically do is put the end on there, like so. The brake bleeder has an arrow to show you which end goes onto the caliper. And just crack that open a little bit. Just slowly crack it open. Come to the top master cylinder, and just slowly add some brake fluid and just slowly work it through the system. And what you can do is make sure you don't get too low and start sucking air, otherwise you'll be right back to where you started. And as you can see below, I'm pushing fluid through the system and it's coming out. And it was coming out pretty dirty, and now because we've reintroduced some new brake fluid, it's pretty clean. And that's where your catch can comes into place too, so you don't make a mess on mom's floor. The final step is you've introduced new brake fluid through the system. You can see that it's clean. What I like to do is you close the valve back up, the bleeder screw, and just manually pump a few more cc's through the system. So what you want to do is pump your front brake lever up or rear brake pedal, hold it, crack it open, bleed it through manually a couple times. Make sure you close that bleeder screw tight. Come up to the top. And you want to be careful you don't overfill the front master cylinder or the rear one. About 3/4 level. The diaphragm will take up the rest of the room. And there you have it. Fresh brakes, fresh stopping power. I'm Steve Matthes, and that was Transworld Motocross How-Tos presented by Bike Bandit.